So in today's episode we're going to talk about how to create this interior scene. As you can see here, we're going to create all the walls, ceiling, floors and so on. Adding the furniture, creating the materials, also adding some people inside of this image. And yeah, if you guys are ready, let's jump in. Okay, so for the episode of today, we're going to use this plan. I'm gonna the link in the description. You can download the plan from here. Just save the image, and after that, we're gonna import this into 3D Studio Max. We have 3D Studio Max open. I'm gonna use this script. It's called end drop reference. You can download it from the script spot. Yeah, I will leave a link in the description from where you can download this. So what we're going to do, I'm having here my file, and I'm just gonna drag and drop my file into here. And in the moment that I did that, the program is already, it's creating a plane with a texture on it. The only thing that I need to do, because I'm using generate mapping coordinates in real world map size, I just need to add a UV map and not to use the real world map size, because I just needed to have it as this. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to rotate this to 90 degrees, 0, and go on the top, and I have my plan. The only thing that I need to do right now to be sure that I'm working in the right size, I just need to bring in one of these furniture and try to scale my plan according to that. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna change the pivot of this plane, and I'm just gonna add it in here. And for this furniture, which is this one, so you can just go here to B&B Italia, and you need to create an account, and then you can download all this furniture from their website. We also have in here the texture for the sofa, all kind of textures. We're gonna use one of these. So yeah, this is quite cool. Also in here you can see the dimensions. So what I did, I already downloaded all these files. So I'm gonna bring in exactly this part using Project Manager. I have here all the parts from this furniture. So the piece that I need to bring in is this one. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay, it's with 3. So I'm just drag and drop, as you can see, and I have my piece of furniture in here. And what I need to do now is to scale this plan to have it more or less in the same dimension as this piece of furniture. So as you can see right now, it's there. So now I know for sure that my plan is in the correct dimension. To check that, I'm gonna create here a box and see how wide is this. Is 95, it's probably correct. And also this should be around 60. Yeah, it's 70. Yeah, it's fine. So I'm just gonna use this as a reference. For those who are following me on my Patreon, they can download this file directly from my Patreon. I will just hide this for now, and I will just save this. And now we're just gonna start with as usual with the layers. I'm gonna create a layer here with a plan, then another one with walls, and then another one with ceiling, and then another one with floor, another one with furniture, another one with lights, and another one with cameras. I'm just gonna click on my walls, so I'm gonna have it selected, and I'm gonna start creating my walls. So to do that, as usual, I'm using a line, and I'm just tracing my plan. There are many ways to do that. The one that I'm going to use today is to trace a little bit the plans in such a way to create this small space in here. So let's start with that. I'm not going to do everything perfect because I don't really care about some parts from here, and this plan is not really perfect. Because we are going to render only the living room, so I don't really care about the rest of the stuff. But if you want to do everything, yeah, just be my guest and just make everything exactly as it is. But the purpose of this video is only to show you how to create your own scenes from zero. So the idea is that you need to create your own portfolio so you can get hired. So in this way, if you have more renders from one place, it's good, but most of the time, in my opinion, you should have a maximum of 1 render of each project. I'm going to make a video in the future to show you how to create your website and also how to create your portfolio when you apply for jobs as a 3D visualizer. Okay, so as you can see, this is our plan for now. I'm just gonna make this straight by clicking in here. and I'm gonna attach also this part. So we have the walls. What I'm going to do next, I'm just gonna apply an extrude, and I'm gonna use a 2700 for this. I think this should be fine. Just gonna save my file. Okay, and now let's move forward with the rest of the things that we need to create in here. So the next thing that we need to create is the ceiling. For the ceiling, I'm just gonna use a simple rectangle like this, and to this I'm just gonna apply a small extrude of 50, let's say. And the only thing that I need to do in here is to add this to the ceiling and to hide it. Actually, I don't need to hide it. And then another thing that I need to do is to isolate my ceiling and my plan, and with Alt X I can see through my plan and try to create this detail in here where we have the curtains. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply an editable poly, and with Alt 1 I'm just gonna add a small line in here and another one here. In this way I will create the different heights from my ceiling. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna extrude this with 100 first, and then okay, and then the second part here I'm gonna extrude this also with another 100. Okay, we have this part now. I'm just gonna save, and I'm gonna move forward with the rest of the stuff. I'm just gonna hide this layer for now, and I will just move to create the floor. Okay, let's go on the top part and let's see the floor. So for the floor, I'm just gonna go with a rectangle and click on these two. I'm gonna move this here on the bottom part, and now by using an editable spline, I'm gonna select all of them and make them a corner, and after that I'm just gonna select this and both of them and move them here, and after that with a selection and shift I'm gonna move this here. With one on with a refine, I'm just gonna create a point in here, and then I'm gonna extrude all of this all over again. I'm gonna create another point with a refine in here, and with the selection and shift I'm going to do this also, and then I'm gonna use for create another point, make a selection of this, move this point, this vertex in here, and then this one can go here, corner all of them, and then this with shift again, and I have the plan of my floor. And with an extrude, I'm just gonna use a small one, 50, you can go minus 20, that should be fine. And now I need to go back to the refine, and I'm gonna create some more points here, because what's gonna happen, okay, this looks fine. I'm just gonna fix also this, and now let's select these two and create here the floor until it's touching the window. Yeah, this should be fine. And now if I put in the extrude back, it's everything in the right place. Another thing that I'm going to do, I'm gonna apply a slice to all of this, and to this slice I'm gonna use it on the x-axis. With Alt X I'm gonna see through my my plane or my floor, and then I'm just gonna move this here, this slice. In this way I'm slicing my object into this part, and now I'm gonna apply an editable poly, and I'm gonna extrude all of this another 150. Gonna click OK, and it's done. As you can see here, yeah, we should add also in here some floor, because the floor is going also in that room. And to do that, I'm just gonna use this editable poly and click on this side and just extrude this until here. And then make another extrusion, and then make another one, and we closed also this. Yeah, I don't know if I really care or not to have some floor in there, but let's do that. Okay, I closed also that. So this is my floor for now. It's looking okay. Here we need to add a chamfer probably later. Let's just add that now. I will use a poly select, and by selecting this edge in here, I'm just going to apply a chamfer right now. And to this chamfer I'm gonna take the smooth out. Yeah, I'm getting here some strange geometry. and this is happening because my geometry right now is not divided well. So to fix this, it's quite easy. I'm gonna add another slice, copy, paste, and I'm gonna add this on the Y, and I'm just going to move this in here. And the only problem is that I need to fix my plan, and to do that I'm just going to I'm gonna go back to my spline and just extrude all of this. I should have done this from the beginning in this way. Delete this, this can go here, select. Okay, now you can also see what I'm pushing in here, what buttons I'm pushing. And now let's move forward. I'll just and now I'm gonna reapply my editable poly, and I'm going to extrude all over again. This 150 I said. Oh, that's a little bit too much. Okay. And now with the poly select, I'm gonna select these edges. It's gonna work better this time. Yes, as you can see, it's looking much better. I'm gonna make it 1 centimeter just to have a nice chamfer in here, and I can add a little bit more segments, and it's done for now. This piece of furniture needs to go in her own layer, which is furniture, and I'm just gonna hide it for now. I'll go to my walls, and we're gonna start creating the windows. Actually, let me just create a quick camera in here using the Vray physical camera, and then to this physical camera use an exposure value. For now 11.5, it's most of the time it's working the best. I'm gonna go with a lower focal length, around 25 probably, and what I'm looking for is to clipping an environment, and let's see, 1500. Okay, this will definitely working. The field of view is a little bit too much probably, so I can just move forward for a bit. I think this should be fine. I'm just gonna save my file. I'm gonna unhide my my ceiling, because I need to see if my ceiling is going all over. Yeah, this is looking good. And right now I'm just gonna start creating the windows. Okay, and to do that, as you can see, there are 2 windows in here. I'm just gonna start creating one and then the other one. Just gonna do this. I'm gonna rotate all of this 90 degrees and move it here. And now just gonna add an editable spline to all of this and move everything on the top. Create corner. Is by default 60 by 60. Yeah, 50 should be enough in this direction, and I'll make it 80 on the other. Quite a big window, and then I will apply generate mapping coordinates, even though probably we're not going to see this. And on the little bit of chamfer to all of this, 5 millimeters should be enough, and this should be off in the viewport. And then I'm going to create a rectangle in the middle, and to this rectangle I'm going to apply a small shell with 1 and 1 millimeters, one on one side and one on the other. And then I will just make quick 2 materials. I'll call this windows, and I'll physical window frame, and another one physical glass sheet. And for the glass sheet, I'm just gonna use a default glass architectural. Could work very well. It's a little bit green, or maybe we don't want to have so much green. To change that, we just go to the media options. Here is 5, you can make it 10, it's getting less green. So, and for the frame, I'm just gonna use a simple black frame. Okay, and for this I'm gonna use a roughness of 0.6. 0.4 should be enough. Okay, and now let's apply the materials. Why I'm doing this right now? Because I don't want to come back later to fix all of this. And I will just make this a group window. And now I'll just make a copy of this. Let's it's not working perfectly, but for now I'll just leave it as it is. And now we'll change the size of the wall. As you can see, it's not perfect, but for such a small difference I will just do this for now. Though it's not correct, I don't want to spend too much time on these windows. So okay, we have this. Let's see what else we need in here. We have the wall, the windows. Let's create fast also a rectangle here for the terrace. The terrace doesn't need to be perfect because we're not going to see much of the terrace because we're gonna have the curtains in front, but I'm just creating this to have it for the sunlight to reflect on this and to get some light on the ceiling later. So using the refine, as you can see, those 2 points are not in the same plane, but anyway, I'll just I think it's okay for now. We have also this terrace. I'm gonna apply an extrude to this minus 20 also, and now I'll just leave it as it is for now. I don't need more details in there. Let's create here the wall. For the wall I'm just going to use, fortunately my chamfer was applied to everything, I don't need that. And here for the whole wall I'm just going to create a small circle in here, and this circle is going to have 10 radius, and I'm going to apply an editable spline to this. Well, this line didn't work out very well. Let's create that again. I'll just create a line and then merge together these two lines, and now okay, and now weld all of this, and now extrude. Okay, so we have this, and generate real world map size, and then array, and to the array is gonna go -1. Now I'm just gonna add here more objects to my array. As you can see, these two are not on the same plane, so I'm going to fix that by clicking here, taking this segment and move this here behind. Okay, it's ending more or less well. And now we have also the wall in here. What I need to create here is to create a door for later. I'm just gonna use the grid on, and here just go okay, and this sweep, let's make it 5 millimeters. This should be fine. I don't want to render this object, so okay, this is fine for now. Let's see. Yeah, it's all looking good. Yeah, let's move forward. Let's create this piece of furniture in here. So to do that, I'm just going to take the grid out and just create in here this piece of furniture. To this piece of furniture I'm gonna apply an extrude. Going to be 700, this extrude, and I will, because I don't want to have this here, this part, the intersection, even though they made it like that, because my curtain, I want her to go in there. Let me just see where the ceiling is. Ceiling on. Okay, and now I'm gonna finish my furniture until this part of the ceiling. I'm gonna select all of them, make a corner, and then okay, extrude, generate mapping coordinates, editable poly, and now I'm gonna connect all these lines by 7, and then I'm going to chamfer all of them by 1 millimeter maybe. Yeah, okay, this is looking good. And then I'll okay, and now by clicking the control, I'm gonna unselect all of this and I'm going to extrude, but by local normals and with minus. Okay, this is fine. You can add also a new VMap as a box. Okay, and this needs to go in the furniture layer. Furniture and add there. I'm gonna unhide all. And now let's go and create our kitchen counter. I'm gonna select, oh, not this, but this. And with the kitchen counter, I'm just gonna create a simple box in here. And to this box, I'm gonna apply an extrude. And I will make this 900. I'm gonna use an Alt X, on a double poly on it, and create my sink for now. Okay, then I'll create also some lines for my stove. But for now, it's all looking good. And this can go in for a bit. I don't care that much about the details in here because we're not going to actually see much from our render. Okay, and right now I'm just gonna start creating some details in here, but to do that I'm gonna apply another editable poly. Okay, this is looking good, and then add another line in here, and this line will also have a chamfer, but this chamfer this time is going to be smaller. And we're going to apply an extrude, but not to the lines, but to the polygons. Okay, and then what else we need to do? Oh yeah, let's add an overall chamfer to all these big edges in here. So I'm gonna use a poly select. And I'm gonna start selecting my edges. This is one, this is another one, another one. And then all of this. Okay, I think we have most all of them. And now I'm going to apply a chamfer to this. But this one is going to be with a 45 degrees angle. So I don't need to have that because I just want to have this nice edge that you can actually see. The same here. Maybe it's too much, 5, maybe it's less, it looks better. Yeah, it's looking good. And then I will add another chamfer on top, but this time this one needs to be smooth chamfer only, and this one needs to be much smaller, more segments, smooth chamfer only. And let's see what we have. We need to add another poly select in here and then to apply this, so it's gonna go everywhere. Otherwise it's just taking the other chamfer that I already have selected with the poly select with this one. So I need to add another one that is actually canceling this one, and then it's looking like this. Okay, let's have less, and I think it's looking amazing. The only thing that I need to do is to move this on top of this floor. Okay, and now we have a nice shadow gap in here. For the faucet, I'm going to use a 3D model from 3D Sky, which is this one. It's a cooker, it's a faucet cooker, a flex one. Yeah, you can just download this from here, it's $7, or you can just model it yourself. I will make a tutorial in the future if you guys want to show you how to model this. Okay, this is the cooker. I'm just going to move it here and rotate all of this. As you can see, this is it. One thing that you also need to do, because this is coming with the Vray materials, just right click on it and actually go here, because it's not on the right click anymore. Vray converters, Vray scene converters, and yes, convert, and it should be done. Yes, it's done. Another thing that we need to do is to check the textures if they are all there. So to do that, I'm using the asset tracking from select the folder, go start, and it's done. Okay, and now we have also the cooker. The cooker needs to go in the furniture, so I will just do that now. Okay, group, close. This needs to go on the other direction like this. This is fine. Okay, let's add in here the rest of the furniture that we are missing, and to do that we're gonna use the project manager as usual, and I'm just going to drag and drop my missing pieces. So this is one. I'm gonna rotate this. Okay, so we have also our furniture. We're going to create later the materials for all of this. I'll add a lamp in this area, which is this one, the clean cylinder table. I'm going to use only one of them. I'll just delete this for now, and this cable, let's see how it was made with an 8 double spline. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna leave part of it. I know you don't see all these details, but yeah, I like to have them. Group close. We have also a light in there, and another thing that we need to do is using the project manager as usual, and asset tracking and relink, like folder start now is going to relink all my textures. Okay, we are moving forward. Let's see what else it's in here. Okay, this also needs to go in the furniture. Okay, this is done. Save. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add here Arco by Floss. You can just download this from CGMood. If you use here the search, you just write Arco and you're gonna find this. You can just download this. I'm just going to add in here the FBX of this lamp, and now I'm just going to start creating the materials. So it has a bulb, some metal stuff in here, so yeah, let's start creating all of this. So I will just do this. As you can see, all the materials are stored, but to change all of that, change material map type. So I'll add a Vray material in here, and this is going to multi-sub object, and to this material I'm going to add a Vray bitmap, and here I'm just going to use this white marble, apply this here, and you can already see it. And then to this I will just use some reflection to it, and to this reflection I'll use 0.8. And then for this is the light, the bulb, and these are also from the... Okay, let's create another one. Vray MTL, apply a preset chrome, and for this is going to go here, and this is also going into here, I guess. Oh, it's already looking good. And then we have the bulb, and yeah, a couple of small materials in here, which I don't really care because we're not going to see any of them. So this is 2, this is 6, 5, and 5, 6 and 5. So yeah, okay. So the last two are the lights, are the bulb and the light. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a Vray MTL for the light. Just make this white for now, and now we'll just use also this copy of it for the rest. Okay, I think we have some materials right now. Affect the pivot, just move this here. I can rotate everything and hide all. Okay, this is looking good. And for this part here, I'm going to create 2 prints, and for those 2 prints you can just go to here to iholds.com and to collections, and here to prints and wall accessories, and then here you can get these 2 pictures. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to model these 2 frames and also with the prints. So to do that, you just need to double click on it and save the images, add a new VMap, Real world, there are two different ones. Okay, they're looking good. And now I'm just gonna start modeling one of them. So to do that is quite simple. Just gonna create a rectangle. I'm going to apply a sweep this as a box, as a bar, and then I'm just going to create the width of the whole thing. Okay, and then I will need to check if the textures are in real world map size. Okay, I'm gonna put them together, and now I'm just gonna scale all of them and move them here. Go to my camera. Yeah, I think this could work well. What else we need in here is an LG TV. You can download the TV from here. We're gonna try to find, this is looking quite nice, as you can see. It also has the cables and everything else. So I'm going to download this. Okay, this is the TV. We're not going to see that, so I will just leave it as it is. Move the whole thing, group, TV, more to the left. As you can see, this is looking quite nice, I like it. Right now the TV is not very big, which I also like a lot. I don't like big TVs, and yeah, I'll just leave it here more or less. This lamp can just go here. Maybe we can add some books in here and some other stuff. Another thing that I would like to add is the hay table that you can also download from here. We're gonna add this one, so I'm just gonna use it right now, and then just try to convert this, and then yeah, just change the color, mint, which is number 4. So I will just apply a material, and I will just put here 4. Oh no, it's not that one. I need the pinky one, which is the first one. Okay, this is nice. Move this table here also. I will just make it smaller. There is also a small version of this. Okay, so let's add some extra details in here. And then let's see some nice vases here. Oh, these are cool. They are looking nice and they are working well together, all the colors. Only thing that I need to do is to convert this to Vray converters, Vray scene converters. Convert, project manager. Oh, I don't like the picture from the TV. I'll just move the TV a little bit more here. And I need an image for the TV. And I will just use an image from my favorite movie from last year, which is Dune. Yeah, let's find a nice image. Maybe this one could work, good quality. Yeah, this one is very nice, I like it. TV, Dune. Now I will just open my TV. As you can see, yeah, I'll just change my image, just add that in here. I would like to add also some books in here, and the rug cabinets, which are these ones. They're quite simple, just some doors, pinkish, and the curtains. So yeah, for now I'm just gonna add these books. Yeah, they're all looking very nice. Okay, group on group. I'll just take these two group, and then these two. Oh, I love the pen, and I will just delete the rest. For now I don't need it. These two are enough, and I will take these books here and add them in here. Rotate. Okay, and then these two can go here on the table. Okay, yeah, we need a rug, carpet and rugs. Yeah, this is nice. So classic beach 8003. Okay, let's create this one, then using the hand drop reference. And as you can see, it's almost perfect. And another thing that I need to do, and now I will apply a V-Ray. We're going to apply a V-Ray fur to all of this, and to this V-Ray fur, the length is way too big, we need it less. The radius, well, it can be like this. The gravity is maybe a little bit too much. Let's go less bend. Everything can stay as it is. The only thing that I need to do is to check, and we need to apply the material also to the fur. Group all of this. This is a little bit beigey for me, so I'm going to change the color of this by using a color correction in here. And yeah, I'll use some brightness and make less saturation. Actually, I would like to have it as gray as possible. It can be a little bit of beigey, but not that much. So yeah, I think it should be fine. And next I'm going to add some curtains in here, these ones, and I'm going to change a little bit the colors. Okay, and we have quite a lot of things in here. Let's add a light. And let's see how it's everything looking. Curtain, we're just gonna add a light in here. Just gonna go to V-Ray, V-Ray light, dome light, and I will just add this in here. And to this light, I'm gonna use HDRI. You can just go to Polyheaven, try to find the mud road. I just want a pure sky with white lights, nothing special. And to do that, I'm just going to click on that and go to V-Ray bitmap and add that light in here. And I will add here, I don't know, 1. And now I will go to my scene, and here I will just use, I don't care about all of this. The global switches by default use advanced, and here you need to check this, the material override, and here just add a V-Ray material, and this needs to be a white material. So I'm just gonna open the material slate, and here we're gonna use sky and add this white material as an instance in here. And then this needs to be white, as I said, so I'm gonna make it not perfectly white, but a little bit of gray. This should be fine. And now I'm gonna exclude from here both of them, hide selection, and then the window. And the window, I think they are all of this. Okay, now let's just set up our scene. I'll start the interactive rendering. As you can see, it's quite dark. It can be quite dark because of the exposure value, or our HDRI is quite dark. So let's check. I will just change this to 30, and in the moment that I did that, it's already looking better. 11. Okay, I will lock the texture on this, and if I rotate, yeah, this is how it's everything looking right now. There is a lot of light outside, but it's not enough light coming in. We'll add here an exposure, and I will bring down the highlights burn. And if I want more light, I can just add more light. And then I will add also a filmic tone map. As you can see, in the moment that I did that, all the burns got lost, which is very good. And I can bring more light if I want to, or less. I can also see my rug, which is looking good, I will say. Know how good, but for now this is what we have. Okay, let me unhide also the curtains. In the moment that I did that, I'm getting not that much light inside here, which is not very good. Yeah, I'm not very happy with these curtains. I'm just gonna delete them for now. We're going to use a different type of curtains, which are these ones. Very simple. You can just download them from here. HD curtains 51s. Okay, and let's check now. The main problem is that the light is not coming through the material. I just need to exclude here this one. Okay, let's check now. And also there is a lot of light coming in. Yeah, maybe this can be a little bit bigger. I'm gonna add a little bit of contrast from here. 0.1, 0.05 maybe. Okay, I think overall it's looking very nice, but for now I'll just leave it as it is. So next I'm going to create here those doors that I'm missing. It's just a simple detail. Let me just see the plan. Okay, so I'll just use a rectangle. And then I'll just apply symmetry. And now I have some details in there. On the counter we can also add this SMEK 90 centimeters is a free for download. Please go there and download the ceramic cooktop. Yeah, you don't need to do all these details, only if you feel like it. It's not like we're going to see. For me, it's just a defect because I'm doing this for a very long time. And okay, let's add also the missing textures for this. Check the material. Oh, it's a Corona, but I'll just convert it. Yeah, I'm not gonna add anything else in here. For now, it's just fine as it is. For this, I would like to take out the smooth. Okay, let's save. Okay, and for the ceiling, for the lights, we're going to add this light from Floss. Find me one. You can find also the IES for this light. Let me just download that, and also the 3D. So yeah, let's use what they offer us. Okay, this is the 3D model from them. As you can see, it has all the necessary details that you probably don't need. The cool part is that I think this can also go inside like this, which is quite amazing. and it can also rotate. The only problem is that the whole thing is very huge and I need to scale it, so I will just scale it 10 times. I think it should be fine, and I'll try to add it here like this. See how we're gonna add them. First of all, let's have a look. So it's all metal and the inside is black. Let's create fast some materials for this. I'll just go with a chrome. Now I'll make a copy and I'll put it on default, make it black, add a little bit of reflection and a little bit of maybe more black. And yeah, let's just apply some materials to all of this. Group, ungroup. All of this is going to be metal. This is going to be black, and this is our light. Yeah, for now I'm not going, well, I can apply just a normal Vray material, just for me to know, and for the rest you can just go everything as metal. Okay, I'll just group all of this and I'll add one here, one here, one here, and one here. And I will also add some lights here in the back. Just like this. One thing that I would like to create here is to group open rug. For the rug in the length map, I just want to add this map. So in this way I'm gonna have different heights for my rug in there. Okay, let's see. And maybe let's change the height. 14, let's make it, I don't know, 30, just to have more height in there, more fluffiness. Okay, we have the white render. We can fix more stuff later, but for now I think it's looking very nice. Let's start creating some materials. So to do that, what we're going to do is to stop our white render by hitting this, and let's start with the floor. So for the floor, this needs to be hidden, plan. And with the floor, for the floor we are going to create terrazzo material, and for that we're just going to use this texture, which is a granite, but it looks very similar with the terrazzo. This terrazzo is quite beautiful. So yeah, you can just go to this link and you can just download this. This is quite a good quality. Okay, let's start. So the terrazzo, I'm gonna add this in here as a bitmap. If you want, you can just change this by going to Vray converters and convert all bitmaps in the scene to Vray bitmap. And then I will just use this real world scale, and because this is an image 4800 by 3200, I will 4800 by 3200. I will just go half for now, so 1600 and 2400. This was not converted. Okay, I'll just change it myself to Vray. Okay, why do you need to use as a V-Ray bitmap? Because we're going to use something that it's called UVV randomizer. So you can use the UVV randomizer only when you use a V-Ray bitmap, because here it's not like in Corona, you need to add this UVV randomizer at the end. And in the moment that you're adding this at the end, you need to add the scale in here also. So it's not like in Corona render. So we said that we're gonna use here 1600 by 2400, and then I'm gonna add a material here, a V-Ray material as usual, and this goes here to the diffuse, and to this I'm gonna apply a reflection, and to this reflection we're gonna make it 0.75. 180 could be also good, and then I'm just going to apply this material to my scene, and I also need to apply a new V map to this as a box. And as you can see, yeah, this is my texture right now. Maybe it's a little bit too big, just a little bit. So let's see, maybe we can use 1800 by 1200. Is it better? Yeah, probably it is. So yeah, let's unhide everything. This terrazzo is also gonna go in this piece of furniture. Maybe it's just a granite. It's looking very similar also with the granite, so yeah, let's have it also there. And as you can see, it's already looking nice. Yeah, the only thing that I probably forgot to do is to use the stochastic tiling, and everything else can stay as it is. So right now it's gonna be rotated and moved one tile. And then for this back wall, let's create a material also for this, and for this we're going to use a texture from this guy. And here he has a velvet fabric. It's free to download. Radetsky Vladimir, jimdo.com. It's called rfdesign.art. This guy is just amazing. He's offering a lot of free textures in here. He also has 3D models that you can buy. Has also some free ones like this kitchen set, which is just amazing, and also nice materials. As you can see, everything is looking just amazing. So yeah, please go, and you can also buy some stuff from this guy. I love his work and also his stuff. So we're just going to use anyway, and we're going to use this beautiful velvet texture for the wall, but it's only one of the textures we're gonna use it. But I just want to add some nice texture on this back wall, which is going to be white. So let's create the texture back wall. I'm gonna add a V-Ray MOKKA, and then I will add the V-Ray bitmap in here. So this is the one that I'm going to use, and I'm gonna add this actually with a mix. Well, I can just add this in the mix amount, and then here I can just add 2 V-Ray color. And one of them can be very white, and the other one a little bit less. And I'm gonna end up with a texture like this, which is very beautiful. Okay, now I'm just going to apply this to my object. As you can see, it has a texture right now, but the texture is very small. So what I need to do is to give bigger dimension to this. So I'll make this 600 by 600, and to this I'm going to apply a new VV randomizer as usual. This is the main tool. I'll put here 600 by 600 and stochastic tiling, and I can also use it by element. And another thing that we're going to do is to this thing that you see here, which is the door, but this needs to be a gap in all this wall. So to do that, I'm just gonna right click on this, object properties in here, and I'll take out the render, and on the material here I'm gonna add a V-Ray distance text, and to this I'm gonna apply 0 here and apply make it inside, and for the inside we're going to use, and for the color I'm gonna use this texture for the inside, and all of this is going to opacity here. And another thing that we need to do is to add here the object that is going to create the hole. And now if I go in my render, okay, we're starting to see some textures and materials in here. There are some details in there, which is very good. Okay, let's add some white materials for the ceiling and yeah, everything else in here. So let's select that. This needs a UV map as a box. Ceiling. Okay, for the ceiling, let's try to use a material like this from the Chaos Cosmos. I will just apply this. It's a little bit too gray. We'll add a color correction in here, and to this I'm gonna add less contrast, a little bit more brightness. Okay, and I will apply this to all exterior walls. And also outside. Yeah, I don't really care what's happening outside. I'm just adding a little bit more exposure because most of the time the moment that you add materials, everything is becoming much darker. But yeah, for now I think it's looking nice. Okay, I will stop this for now. Let's create a material for these doors also. Kitchen doors. And I would like to have like a terracotta color like this one. So I will make a V-Ray material, a V-Ray color, and to this color I'm gonna apply yeah, orangey pink color like that. And now I will add a V-Ray material in here and this, and to this some reflection, to this reflection some color. It's not bad. And yeah, let's add a texture also to this counter. Let's find a nice texture. Yeah, I don't like this color, is too dark. Let's make it a little bit brighter. Okay, let's try this green jade marble. Just going to open this in Photoshop. And I'm going to enhance this. Go here to geometry. And open. In case you want to know how to create a tileable texture out of this, you can just follow one of my tutorials. With Shift F5, I'm just cleaning this part. And now I'm just going to offset this till here, so I can try to fix all these lines. And to do that, I'm going to use the clone stamp tool. Okay, it's much better. Let me use another offset in here to check if everything is looking fine. It looks good, I think. Okay, I will just save this. Yeah, as you can see, the resolution is quite small. This can be a problem. We're gonna see how it's everything looking. Okay, let me select only this counter. I'll use a V-Ray material as usual, and then V-Ray bitmap. This bitmap, and to this I will apply a new VV randomizer as usual, and this is going to be 1500 by 1000 for now. Stochastic. And yeah, let's just give it some reflection and some glossiness. Okay, a little bit of white balance just to, well, it's exactly the same, the white balance, so I can make it 6800 to make it a little bit warm. Oh, I don't like this repetition here. I just need to move a little bit the map. Now let's see also the TV, which has a new texture in this. Okay, let's create the materials for the sofa. I'm going to use a couple of different materials. This one for once, for example, save, make here a folder with the sofa, save, and let's see another one. Yeah, let's try these two for now, and let's see how it's everything working. So as you can see, the sofa is already coming with Vray materials. You just need some nice textures for it. So yeah, let's see. It has a color correction, which I don't really need. For the reflection, I'm just going to delete this for now because I don't need a reflective material. I don't know how they made it, but what I really need in here is a little bit bump. And to do that, I'm just gonna use a Vray bump to normal. No, I'm gonna use a Vray color to bump, sorry. And I'm gonna add this in here. And this is going to the bump. Okay, and another thing that we're going to use is the sheen. White 0.6 maybe, let's see a 0.8 for now. Okay, and let's see for the rest, another material, brown one. I'm just adding a little bit of more smoothness to all of this, just to have a little bit more details in here. Let me try add also a Vray sun in here. So this is an initial render. As you can see, there is something strange happening here. Let's play a little bit with the exposure of the camera. Yeah, there is one thing that I don't really like. It's too much black here in the middle, and these two, they don't look the same size. And to fix this, because they have different textures, I need to have so this is the problem. As you can see, this is the right size and this is not the right size. So to change, to make these two the same, and also the way it was mapped, it's just anyway. To change that, I will just use an UVV X-form, and to this X-form I'm just gonna try 10 by 10, and in the moment that I did that, they are looking kind of similar in size at least. Okay, and another thing that I would like to do is to add here a Vray denoiser, and I'm gonna use NVIDIA Intel image. And for another thing is the light mix, even though I don't have that many lights in here, but and after that I will just make a quick render to see my image. Yeah, the white balance, I went make it 5,800, 6,000. And let's see what we can fix. Okay, so there are a couple of things that I would like to change. First of all, I would like to add some lights in this area. It looks a little bit dark, and the color of this needs to be a different color, and maybe we can change these lights to move them on this side. And the rug, it's not bad, but it's better to have it a little bit more curly. Let's see. Maybe even 2 millimeters. And the TV, yeah, it's not really working. I need a different texture in there. Yeah, let's try to use a Barbie video, maybe with a lot of pink. Maybe it can work. Blue, yeah. And let's add some lights, Vray IS in here. And I'm just going to use the okay, and for the IES I'm gonna use the IES from the manufacturer. Okay, this is what we have right now. Oh yeah, the color of this, I said that I need to change it. Also the curtain, which is brownish, I don't really like it. So let's it's definitely better. And the gap in here is not satisfying. Just take this. Okay, now it's good. So let me just take that out and make this 5 millimeters. And yeah, to this color on the TV, I just don't want to make it less colorful, so I'm going to apply a color correction into it, and I'm gonna desaturate the whole thing. Okay, and another thing that I would like to do is to change the frame of the pictures. So I will just make this white, because yeah, my wife doesn't like it. Okay, and the last thing that I'm going to do is to save the file. Render time, I'll just use a noise threshold of 0.01 and I'll just render this for now. Another thing that I would like to add in here is the ambient occlusion with a radius of 20.3, let's say, maybe 15, add a little bit more of details in there. And yeah, the rest can stay as it is. I'll just save this. I'll save it as a TGA. $2,500, save and render. Okay, so this is our render. As you can see, it's looking quite nice, I'll say. And let's move forward. I will just open this in Photoshop right now. I will just take this and make a copy in here, and also take this and make a copy in here. Double click on this and move everything up. And now I found two pictures on FreePic. This is one of them, and another one with a girl walking. This is one, this is the other one. We're just going to use these two images for adding them in the render. So I'm going to download this, free download. The quality is not super amazing, but it's good enough. To take this kind of stuff out, yeah, we don't really care. You're not really going to see it, but it's quite easy to take it out. You can just do this once, and with Shift F5, content aware, and it's done. And for the other side here, I'm just going to do exactly the same. Shift F5, content aware, okay, and it's gone. And this is what we're not going to see the full person, because this guy is gonna sit on the sofa. And to make a selection for this guy, you just need to go here with a selection, object selection tool, and you make this, and you have the selection. As you can see, it's not perfect, but it's good enough for us to, yeah, and apply. It's yeah, it's almost perfect. If you add more details, you can just double click on the mask here, and this is going to be open, and then you can just play with this tool and you can add more details to see more hairs and so on. It's not a big difference, to be honest, but it's okay. Okay, I will just click OK for now. Now I will just add this into my render. So to do that, I'm just going to go duplicate layer and go to my interior scene Vray, and I have it in here, as you can see. And now I just need to add this guy into my render. I'm just gonna stretch. and to make the cut here, so he's behind this because he's sitting on the sofa on the other side, I'm just gonna with Alt and left click, I'm going to open this and I'm going to make a selection with a quick selection or with the magic wand. Click on the sofa and then go back to my, with Alt, click on the eye. I can go back to my layer here and I can just make this part black. So in this way, my guy is going to be on the other side. You can see this is good. The light is coming from this way, which is very good. Maybe the guy is a little bit too tall, but we can fix also that by taking out this and now I will just apply my mask directly to the person. So to do that, you just go here, apply the layer mask to the person, and I want to take out also this pick stuff. So to do that, I'm gonna make a quick selection here, Shift F5, content aware, and it should fine now. Let me see, it's looking good. And now I will go here and make a selection on my sofa and go back to my person and apply the layer mask. But as you are going to see, the layer mask was applied to this, so I just need to make an invert. So I'm Alt click, going to my layer, and with Ctrl A and Ctrl I can invert the whole thing, and now it should be fine. So as you can see, this is my person, and what I'm going to do next, I'm going to create a group. I'm sitting person, and yeah, I'll apply some curves into this, but with Alt and click, the curves are gonna go only on the person because I want to make him a little bit darker to make him look from there. And now by taking out the lock, I can also change the height of the person, so should be fine. So yeah, as you can see here, our light here on the person is not really matching this. This is more white and this is a little bit more yellowish because I made it a little bit warmer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply here and another layer on top of this as color balance. And with this layer, with the color balance, I'm gonna change the highlights into a more firmer color by adding a little bit of red and yellow. And also on the midtones, I can add a little bit of red and the yellow. This became a little bit too colorful because of that, so I'm gonna add a hue and saturation and go only on the reds, as you can see, but just a little bit, just to make it more normal colors. And what we need to add here now, it's a little bit of light from the TV. So we have some light coming from this side, and we need here there is some yellowish lights coming from here, and there are also some lights coming from the TV. So on this side here, the person is gonna get illuminated with stuff from here. So we're going to add another layer in here, this time a new layer, and this layer is going to be as a soft light. And with the brush, I'm gonna click on the person with the left click and control, and with the brush now, I'm gonna take a little bit of colors from her face, which is gonna touch here, make it brighter. And I'm gonna add a little bit of color here, and then this kind of pinky color. And then on the other side, here on top, I'm gonna take the blue, and I'm gonna add some blue in here. And on this side, I'm gonna add some green, a little bit of a pink. So in this way, the person is gonna be much better integrated into the photo. And here also I have this color, which is from the light, which I also want to add a little bit of that in here. And also here, some blues, as you can see. And now the person, it's looking, it's much closer to our photo. It's looking like it's from there. And yeah, you can also always come back and play with the curves. If the overall image is too bright or too dark, these are the highlights. Another thing that, as you can see, the image that we added in here is not perfect, but we can change that really easy. You can just go and make a selection in here and add our picture in full, so we are going to see the full image. So I need to find our image first and add it in here. So I will just desaturate, and needs to go under, oh, the picture needs to go under the sitting person because it's the TV. And then we can just apply curves on top of this and take these two and create a layer which is called TV image. And here on the curves I can just bring some highlights to make it a little bit brighter because it's the TV. The TV needs to be brighter, and you can add also some contrast if you want to have very poppy image. But yeah, all looking good. And also, because this photo is taken from a camera, you can also add some glow to it. So if I double click on it, it needs to rasterize the image. Now I double click on it and I can just add an inner glow, for example, first. As you can see, it's already here, and I will just make it the size bigger a little bit, and then go inside, the opacity go less. And also I can add an outer glow, and this outer glow can be a little bit yeah, also kind of white, and also just a little bit, and you don't need to show it too much. As you can see, this is how it's actually looking. And of course, if you want to have more poppy colors, you can just change the curves, or you can add. And now at the end, what I'm going to do, I'm going to merge all of this into one file. Ctrl-Alt-Shift-E, and I have one image with the whole thing. And to this, I'm going to go to camera, to lens correction, going to apply here a little bit of chromatic aberration. On the whole image, I'll give it OK, and then I'll go to filter, camera raw filter as usual, and here we're just going to play a little bit with the image to make it a little bit more moody, adding some contrast. Some sharpening, curves, we're not gonna play with that. Optics, some grain. To check if your image is looking good, it needs to look good also as a black and white. So if I take out, this was our original image, which is very bright, and this is a little bit more moody. Yeah, this is just a matter of taste, depends on how you like the images to have them. Okay, so this was the episode for today. I hope you guys liked it, and share it with your friends, and see you in the next one. Bye!